And it looks like they're going to try to control Miami Dome. This is a very interesting map for both sides. We saw VipR and Aggz0 actually pick this map earlier on in this tournament, and they did really well for themselves, controlling the offstage. VipR in particular had this big play on the right side where it looked like he was going to be trying to get those gives. So maybe that's what they're looking for, is some big offstage stuff. Aggz0's really been cleaning up his offstage, getting a lot of ground pound confirms on the edges.
Yeah, if Addymestic and Cake are going to be able to keep this one on stage, with Miami Dome being a smaller stage at that, I think it's going to benefit their style of team play greater than Aggz0 and VipR.
Yeah, but they've got to force this position where they can be up against each other. We saw at the beginning, Addymestic and Cake were pretty far away from each other. It's a lot harder to rotate over and catch up and help your teammate if you're on opposite ends of the map.
Damage build just about even, getting that checkerboard in the top right. Cake getting sent down. Addymestic going to try and give him some support, some protection from VipR. Cake finding his footing back on stage.
Oh, the down stick connects from Cake, but it's going to be the team kill from VipR onto Aggz0. VipR on the right side, going to try to get an immediate return, trying to get something, but Aggz0 is going to one who gets the kill there, gets that, I believe that was a gravity cancel neutral heavy on the left side.
Oh yeah, that uppercut hits like a truck.
Comes the team combo in the middle. Aggz0 was caught between a rock and a hard place. VipR on the right side gonna be that destructive force going unarmed. Aggz0 gets another kill in the middle. I'm watching VipR on these offstage, and then Aggz0 just sneaks the stock off the red team.
That's all right. Cake was quick to even it up. It's 2 stocks all around the board.
Completely even. Aggz0 just a little bit worse for wear, kind of damaged. But it looks like it's going to be 2 1v1s. Aggz0 between both red team members, but Cake just focusing on VipR. Doesn't want to let VipR make that rotation over.
Ooh, VipR and Aggz0 were really threatening to get like the 2v1 against Addymestic there, but Addymestic smacking him away. Look at the quick rotation. Addymestic, even just with his spacing, threatening the offstage opponent and threatening the 2v1.
Oh, the stomp into the side air takes out Cake. Another one for Aggz0. Aggz0 is dominating. He's gotten all 3 of the red team stocks on this second stock of his. VipR
no.
is not going to let Aggz0 do all the work. He gets a stock for himself with the unarmed down airs on the bottom right side.
Man, that's what you were talking about, VipR and Aggz0. If they can force that offstage game, that is where they excel. And it's really showing. They've got the 2 stock lead over Addymestic and Cake. No, 1 stock now, cut short.
Cake is going to shut down Aggz0's stocks. Oh, the weapon toss taps VipR on the head, but VipR's still able to make it up. Addymestic and Cake weren't really focusing on that offstage on the VipR. They're just kind of respecting his offstage and saying, all right, we're going to win in the neutral. We're going to win on the main stage against your teammate while you're sitting on the side.
I mean, this is going to be hard, though, when Cake is deep in the red and constantly getting knocked off by the slightest tap. It really splits that team and messes up their game plan.
So close to death, and there you see it. VipR finishes off the stock, hits the flame breath, the down sig on top of Addymestic. Addymestic, oh no, he was trying to get away, but VipR just chasing him with that side stick. He had an accident, though. He did have a little bit of an accident.
An accident?
Just an accident. One accident.
One accident from Ragnar?
Yeah.
You can't run from a dragon with an axe. Come on, man.
He slays the Dragon Slayer himself, and we're going to be going right on into game 2. Looks like one of the blue team members, VipR, decided to hop out. He was like, you know what, I'm sorry about the accident. I've got to go clean it up. I've got some bounty in the closet. I'll go get that, and then I'll come back in.
Yeah, just hop in, out, you know, pressing some of those keys, grab a drink of water. It's important to stay hydrated. Addymestic, notably one of the most hydrated players of all time.
Famously hydrated. Always has a bottle with him at offline events. Even in that player profile, there's a shot of him drinking and staying hydrated. Hydration is important out there. But we see Addymestic and Cake going to be going with this Hattori pick. VipR sticking with his Ragnar, and Addymestic over to the Bodvar.
Ooh, all right. The Addy Classic, getting that Bodvar in there. Again, still sticking with the double swords. It's the classic Addymestic and Cake confirms. That's what they're going to be looking for. It's going to be interesting with all these different platforms on Great Hall. It does give you those 3 different levels of gameplay.
Yeah, but this is a map where Addymestic and Cake, they kind of just took the center stage of it, and when they played it previously, they just controlled it, stayed on the outside, shoving into each other. And that's probably what they're going to be looking for here against Addymestic and VipR. Meanwhile, VipR and Aggz0, they'll likely be going for a little bit more aerial play, try to utilize the
look at that team confirm.
The follow-up, the neutral light from Addymestic to extend that onto Aggz0.
Oh, Addymestic looking to convert off of Cake's down air.
Oh, the Downlight side air. Aggz0 got away from Addymestic, but immediately gets taken down. VipR gets the response stock onto Cake and the neutral signature onto Addymestic. Blue team with the lead.
You just can't threaten VipR off stage. He will ruin your team for it.
And he's so good at stopping edge guards. His neutral airs, as a whole, he did it with blasters, and he does it with Aggz. His neutral airs to stop you from coming above him are so incredibly good.
And even just like gravity cancel neutral save.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's an amazing anti-air on Ragnar. He covers so much space, and he knows right where to place it.
Does it so frequently on that corner. Looks like he's going to be using that Qatar neutral signature as well on that corner on the right side. But he's going to come over, try to help out his teammate Aggz0, trying to hit that side air onto Cake.
Man, everybody is red except for the one minor difference of VipR being on his first stock still.
And he is extending it. The red team not even really getting any high variable force hits. The weapon toss sends Aggz0 flying. The neutral air at the top of the map finally takes down VipR. Aggz0 eats the weapon toss, but he did get the wall touch. He has the reset, and Cake has to disengage.
The double?
He got both. He didn't even hit the fire onto Cake. He got the second swing off the fire by hitting Addymestic, which led to the double onto the red team. Big lead for the blue team.
But VipR caught in one of these combos. So much damage immediately into the orange. This is what Addy and Cake needed to bring this match back.
But is it enough? VipR not quite in that kill percent. It was a big damage swing towards Addymestic and Cake. It might not be enough. Aggz0 on the left side still building up more and more damage onto Cake.
Yeah, even when Addymestic rotated over to get that 2v1, they were happy to let VipR sit on the side, go for the 2v1, but Aggz0's defense is phenomenal.
His target swapping as a whole is so incredibly clean. The neutral. VipR's just hitting everyone with a 6, but he eats a ground pound. Cake's going to even up the stocks. Aggz0, the eyes are on Aggz0 now. If he falls, that gives the red team an opportunity. We saw what they can do in the power play. We saw what they can do with the 2v1.
It's all right. VipR's back in. He's just going to clear the field again. That seems to be the theme of this match.
He's just going to throw out a big sig and clear everything off the board. The side light comes out. Cake with the weapon toss that was trying to stop any sort of force there. The weapon toss has a very minimal amount of force in that situation, so it just completely halts the movement of Addymestic. Lots of exclamation points coming out from Cake. You gotta be careful.
Ooh, that downlight almost enough to send him off, but Addymestic does go off the side.
Cake's dead.
Oh no, that's gonna be it. VipR and Aggz0 2-0 in the set.